Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. Today we're going to have a collective reading for the Atlantean Celtic Collective. I'm always going to return to these collective readings because I feel like this specific spirit collective is very inspiring to me, and hopefully the way I present this will also help people connect with this spirit and also with each other. So I'm going to start shuffling the cards. I'm only using oracle cards today, and I'm going to start with some animal oracle. So we have the owl. How beautiful. And for the plant oracle, we have chamomile. What a beautiful and gentle start already. So now I'm going to take a fairy card, just one. And these are going to be the main themes. Ecstasies, beautiful. And also one of the Serpent and Jaguar oracle cards. We have border with castaway, separation, depth, relief, and observation. So after this, I'm going to clear the table and display the cards so that we can get a little bit more out of this beautiful, already very inspiring beginning to me. But I'm going to wait for more cards so that we can have a more in-depth and a more broad perspective and a deepening of the bonds that connect us to this collective and to this collective memory and undercurrent that is animating a specific set of people that I particularly connect with. So, até já. So, now that I have organized all the cards that came in the first reading, in the beginning and preparation of this reading, I'm going to get us some more oracle cards so that we can, okay, flying out, came smoke, purification, union, community, and protection. Maybe we'll get a few more. Okay. Travel with seasickness, being lost, disorientation, and release. And also knowledge with non-verbal communication, time and space, and generations. Okay, so I'm going to get us some more fairy cards and see what this collective is needing right now and what are the informations that are currently available for us and that are positive to our collective evolution. We have indie and unity. Beautiful. I think I'm going to organize this in a different way so that we can fit all the cards. Okay. Iris of the Rainbows, himself, the Sage, You see these two come together. The colors are amazing and they're so in tune. And, sorry, Singer of Initiation is going to be rough. So I think the lighting is not so good on that card, so I'm going to show you the card. It's such a beautiful card. To me, it speaks of the moon also. It's like a collective mind, like a hive mind. It's a lunar reflection of our beings. I already feel like this is going to be about poetry, about a certain feeling of artfulness. It's a certain way of creating that is very specific to this collective. Let me just try and adjust the lighting so that you can see all the cards. So actually, so that you can see the cards, I had to adjust the cards and a new message came immediately. And I think that this is sending us a very clear message to focus on the sea. There's some type of poetry, specific poetry, that is going to come from connecting with the sea, going to the seaside, watching the waves. It will give us the feeling of unity with this collective. And I think there are some people who are only now starting to realize that this is something that might be useful for them. This collective is still very much in the shadows, I feel. So maybe this reading, that's why the owl is here, is bringing this message that this is the way we start. This is the opening of a portal. And this is the way we study this connection and we create this community. This is how it's going to start manifesting, so that there is a collective creation that is connected by waters and the sea. It's also very important that you know that there's knowledge, very specific knowledge, that is being protected and guarded by this particular collective. There is a certain secrecy that is useful for protection, and a certain separation, feeling of being on the margins, that is very useful for creativity right now. But I think that it's also very important to find a way to feel connected and not cast aside and not outcasted, you know. It's very important that we connect with each other and that we recognize this collective energy, because what it will bring is a sense of connection with life force, a sense of joy, of truthfulness, a specific truth, connection to something very, very old. I can't stress enough the fact that I feel like there's hidden knowledge, and that hidden knowledge is going to be revealed if we get together, if we realize that this is a reality and we start something together, united by this sea and by the navigating. There's a sense of floating, of it might be astral traveling, but I feel like the waters, all types of water actually, they all reveal something very, very important for this particular group. I also feel like there's some type of force that is hiding this collective and blocking this manifestation. I really wanted to know if this is a benevolent force or if this is something that we have to transmute together. Leicester Moon's daughter. Okay, so now I know exactly what they mean. What they mean is that if people don't realize the importance of psychic vision, of dreams, of signs and synchronicities, if people don't start realizing how important those are in creating our destiny and manifesting our unconscious drives, if people don't realize this, they will never access this hidden knowledge that is embodied by this collective. So right now, all we have to do is just guard, protect this knowledge, and also try to, I wouldn't say it's not convincing other people, but it's, if you embody this way of being in connection with your subconscious drives and with your this collective undercurrent that you know is uniting us, because we do have telepathic abilities, we do have psychic abilities of all sorts of, ways and shapes and forms, and that's not, to me, and this is of course my vision, my opinion, I don't think there's anything special about that specifically, because I think we all have the power to we all have some sort of psychic ability, and we all have some sort of power, spiritual power, that is specific to our situation and to this life. So I don't think like people are special, for having that. If they just could realize that that is important and be guided and taught how to integrate that in their lives. And very specifically, I see here in the artistic realm and the creative aspect of their lives, then we would have access to this incredible hidden knowledge that would revive humanity. It would revive humanity to the point that we would be reborn as a civilization, as a collective, as humankind, and we would be empowered and able to weather the storms, to weather these challenges that are coming and we are facing in unity, in communion. Because right now we feel separation. That separation was useful to guard, to protect. So I don't think that that there is any evil here to be fought. Exactly. The protection comes from helping people transition from this separation to this state of unity, because we need different things right now. I'm very sorry if you're hearing the background noise, so yeah, please bear with me. So it's very important that we let go of this feeling of separation and of not getting together and of not realizing that this is a reality and of not manifesting the knowledge and the integration of our intuitions and psychic abilities. And I see that the way we look at humanity has to change dramatically as a collective. What is a human being? What are the characteristics, the basic characteristics of a human being? And how we face each other and how we meet each other. We really have to change that. And I think that the arts, the creative aspect of, and the creative power of people and of humanity as a collective is going to be the most important driver for change and the initiator of change towards this new way of being a human. Because I just see we forgot something. It's like something was forgotten. Some people were guardians of that information, of that wisdom, and they have protected it. And I think it's also encoded in the language of nature. This is my intuition, and this is also why I chose only nature and elemental and your oracular decks for this reading, because I feel like the interaction with nature made humans encode information in different ways. For instance, here you have, with the owl card, you have the jewelry with the spiral and the face and all these creative ways of expressing life and of expressing information that nature shows us naturally, shows us because it exists, because it is like that. And if you observe the shapes and the colors and the feeling that comes with ingesting certain plants, certain fruits, the way it changes us. And chamomile is very calming, and it's like a balm. It's soothing. You can give it to pregnant women, to babies. It's one of the most gentle energies, elegant, feminine, sweet. So I think that this is the source we have to search for and to protect, so that knowledge is not lost forever. And I think that if you launch yourself and meet some type of, if you throw yourself in a body of water, there's going to be something magical about that that will connect you to this energy. So if you're an artist, I would go for some type of water in nature. If you can be next to water, or if you can put your feet or your hands and touch it and feel its texture, its temperature, see the glimmers, and there is some sort of process that starts with that. And it's not exactly some sort of spark, some sort of like boost. There's no fire, but there's a lot of psychic information coming from that. Maybe it's because water stores memory. You know that Japanese experiment with the water crystals. We now suspect that water has the memory of emotions and words and actions that happen to it. So if humans are mostly water, you can imagine what the impact can be and how these stored emotions and memories can affect your life. So I think there's also going to be some sort of release, because we have release here, if you do that, and a lot of things can be made conscious. And the inspiration is going to be like off the charts. So for all of you artistic types, I would suggest this connection with water right now. And I also feel like there's a lot of masculine energy here. So maybe this hidden information also has something to do with that. Sorry, I had to check because yeah, I feel like there's some sort of leadership that is needed and that is coming to the forefront if we continue to address this ability that we have, and if we're honest about it and we realize that everyone has this psychic powers, these psychic powers, this, if they are awakened and people realize their own power and how they can lead not only others, but others can be also children, younger people, lead in general, but lead themselves. And also be, it's like emancipation, actually. So I believe that this collective's energy is also bringing us the way to emancipate humankind from a certain submission to powers who are not worthy. Because I think that these two together also speak to me a lot about shaman, a certain shamanic quality that I think people have to connect with. Either they have someone they can talk to, a shaman, a teacher, a guide, or they might even discover that in themselves. Yeah, so I think that if we're not afraid of admitting this, because this will come with a lot of responsibility, and I think that that will scare a lot of people. So, but if we're not, if we choose to be like this, don't think about, the negatives or the positives, and just choose. If you just choose to be like this and experiment with this, there's a lot of mystery that is going to be solved and a lot of information. So just experiment, just try and see how it goes. Feel what it is. Feel how it feel. How does it feel to be like that, to be responsible like that? Can I be like that? Am I allowing myself, And if not, what is the blockage? Yeah, so really inspiring reading. Thank you so much. Beautiful. It's, for me, this is like a therapy. It's magic. It's cleansing. It's inspiring. It's all those good things to me. And if you also like this video, please please hit the like button and share if you feel like so. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, thank you so much for this. All the best, and see you soon.